Governor Mary Fallin has an aggressive plan to reduce and maybe someday do away with the state's income tax. In tonight's To The Point, 2 News anchor Russ McCaskey sits down with the governor to find out how it will work.
We're with the governor, Mary Fallin. Thanks for joining us and giving us some time today.
Well, glad to be with you.
Let's talk a little bit about the income tax initiative that you have. This is one of the boldest things that I've seen come out of the governor's office in a long time.
Well, thank you.
So tell me a little bit about how it's going to work. Initially, I guess we're going to go from 7 different state income tax brackets to 3.
Right. You know, our goal is to make Oklahoma more competitive, more business-friendly, let Oklahomans keep more of their hard-earned money, and frankly, just to simplify the tax code. So basically what the plan does is 0 to 30,000, people pay no income tax if you're a couple, none. Where right now it's at 5.25. If you're making 30 to 70,000, you'll be paying 2.25. And if you're making over 70,000 a year as a couple, then you pay 3.5. So that's down from 5.25%, which is a significant lowering of our income tax.
Yeah. So initially, the tax cut's going to be roughly $1 billion, but you're going to offset that with $750 million in tax credits that will then be removed. How does the business community feel about that? Are you getting any brushback from those folks?
Well, I think people want us to be more competitive. They do believe this will help Oklahoma have one of the lowest income tax rates in the region of our part of the United States, other than Texas, which has no income tax. But they also want us to be thoughtful and careful about being able to have the revenue that we need to be able to provide for essential services in government. And that's what we've tried to do, is craft that right plan. And of course, our plan will be introduced and go through committee. We think it'll be next week. There are several other bills that have already been going through the process here at the legislature dealing with tax reform. Those ideas will all be discussed. My bill will be discussed. And in the end, something we hope will get done this year to really help us be more competitive. But our main goal is to let people keep more of their hard-earned money.
Let's talk a little bit about American Airlines. They've been going through a pretty difficult time through bankruptcy and so forth, and obviously we have the big plan up there in Tulsa. What can be done to try to help American Airlines and try to keep jobs in Tulsa?
Well, of course, American Airlines has been one of the most important employers in the state of Oklahoma. We appreciate their investment in our state. We know we have great employees in Tulsa that have worked at that maintenance facility. And so we're going to do everything we can as a state to help American Airlines get back on their feet. And if we do have some job losses, which is anticipated that we might, we hope they'll be very minimal. And we'll certainly do everything we can on a state level to help the families that might be affected. And in the meantime, we do believe that our efforts like reforming our tax code, making Oklahoma more business-friendly, will help make Oklahoma more attractive so that we can keep as many jobs as possible in our state.
Let's talk a little bit about natural gas. Obviously, gasoline prices are going through the roof. Some people are saying $4 maybe by this summer, possibly even $5 in some parts of the country. But you're taking some steps to try to move away from gasoline and move towards compressed natural gas. Tell us what you're doing.
Well, and you're exactly right. It's going to be a big issue for our nation. But we put forth a proposal this past year through Oklahoma's first comprehensive energy plan that would transfer our state fleet vehicles to natural gas vehicles, because we have an abundance of natural gas. It's half the cost right now of a price of gasoline, a gallon of gasoline. It's a cleaner form of energy. It's an abundant form of energy. Save the state of Oklahoma money, certainly save citizens money. And we have actually gone in with other governors around the nation through Oklahoma's lead. And we now have 10 states that have signed an official memorandum of understanding so that myself and another governor, it's a Democrat out of Colorado, Governor Hickenlooper, can go to the U.S. automakers and say, look, states can lead the charge in producing American-made energy, using American-made energy, generating revenue and jobs back into our local economy and even back into, frankly, our state budgets. And talk to the U.S. automakers to try to convert our vehicles to natural gas. We're still going to use gasoline vehicles, but we can also use an abundant resource that we have in America that's a clean form of energy and lower cost, and that's natural gas.
All right. Mary Fallin, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.